Hey everybody, and home for Spiral Metal. We're here in LA, California with all the guys from Primitive Men. And for the second time, because we had some issues with the first recording. Second time, are you guys okay tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah. We're online this time.
So you just play now. How did you like the gig?
It was a killer show. It was the best show any of us have ever played in LA.
Yeah.
Really?
Ever. Yeah.
Okay.
It was good.
Was the venue okay? The sound?
Yeah, it was
Not
good.
too many complications?
No, it went off without a hitch. You know what I mean? It was nice and heavy like we like it, so it's good.
Okay, yeah. Well, I already asked you guys. So you just came from Europe. Can you just tell everybody how was the tour there? How well you were received?
Seemed to have a pretty good reception. It was a really good time. Met a lot of cool people and played with great bands and just had a blast overall. So it was good.
We were with this band Wake from Calgary, Canada, and they were amazing every night. Grindcore.
Yeah, and shout out to our homies in Opium Lord for just getting signed to Candlelight. So good job, guys.
We did a UK tour with them also.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Shouts to my French Connect.
Okay, so we talked earlier about your album, and we talked about the lyrics. I'm just going to change a little bit so we don't repeat the same questions all the time. So how personal are the lyrics for you, and how do you write them? In which state of mind do you have to be to write them?
I mean, usually angry. I'm writing about what we live, the life that we live, and the world around us. So it's,
And how does the writing process work? Do you guys sit down? What do you try to feel when you're writing music?
I mean, we usually just get together and kind of just start jamming and kind of see what happens.
Smoke a lot of weed.
Yes.
Weed is involved.
Yeah, we smoke a lot of dope.
And then we just get really stoned, and then we just try to like embody the everyday life and the shit that we live and what bothers us. And Ethan will usually lay down a foundation of some sort, and then John and I will figure out a groove or whatever direction that we want to go in. But it's usually a collective situation.
Okay, and but is there anything you guys, when you write only for yourselves, or do you actually try to pass some kind of message or some kind of feeling to the listener?
I mean, it's a really personal thing. So, but if the listener can like identify with that, then it's an added plus for sure. You know what I mean? But I'm not like sitting there writing for everybody else. I mean, it's it's how I'm thinking, feeling at that time, I guess. So.
And have you met people that actually talk to you about your music the way that you actually felt when you wrote it?
Yeah, people have said things to us about how they can identify with some of the lyrics and this sort of thing, and that's always like a nice thing to hear, that people can identify with what you're saying. So.
Okay. And about Scorner, so it was a very, very well received album. Do you think that was kind of one of the things that helped you guys getting more well known in Europe, and that's why you were able to get there and do a tour?
I think that it helped that it was released in Europe first with Throatruiner and Mordgrim. So the Relapse pressing is the second pressing. So I think that having the record out over there first was kind of gave us an extra boost, I guess, with having people come out, this sort of thing. So.
Okay. In Europe, do you find that do you have more people coming to the concerts? How was the public comparing even to your hometown in Colorado?
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, the thing with Primitive Man is that we're in the underground scene, so people who listen to underground music they're gonna at least check it out. And for the crowds in America and as far as the States, it's pretty good. It's not bad to where we don't feel like we shouldn't be doing this. It's definitely getting to the point where we feel we're getting love from our peers and from people that listen to this kind of music. So it keeps us going, and I mean the crowds have been average, but we're a new band, and that crowds come with time and people seeing what you're made of, what you can produce.
We talked about how you guys have been only together for 2 years, and how you're already doing this tour. So you did prepare all the tour by yourselves.
Yeah, the U.S. tour we booked on our own. The European tour was booked. The UK portion was booked by Opium Lord, and then the rest of it was booked by Timo from Alerta Antifascista Touring. So.
And how hard is it? Do you probably have like day jobs, and then you have to book all this. How hard is it?
To juggle like the day job and the band job.
And all the bookings and all, you're doing basically everything, right?
I mean,
it's pretty stressful, but I think any one of us would rather take the time to do it than like not do it, you know? So we just kind of trudge through it. But
like it's stressful, but it pays off.
yeah.
Because we love to do this, and it wouldn't happen if we weren't working our asses off. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. And do you have some sort of help from your record label to tour? Do they actually contribute with anything?
Promotion.
Promotion.
Not money wise.
Not
No,
financially.
no.
We usually
Hell
take
no.
care of. We're an independent band all the way. Like we take care of ourselves, and you know, I mean, it's to the point where we want to do this for a living, but realistically, we still gotta have lives on the outside, and the label puts our name out there, but it's up to us to you know, make the product and to go out there and produce, you know, like play for it. So.
They can put us out there with press as much as they want, but I feel like if we weren't out there touring and getting all of, you know, out there, that it wouldn't really make. I mean, it would make a difference, but not. It wouldn't have as much impact, I think, if we weren't touring.
So for everybody there who doesn't know you guys, or whoever doesn't know, how can you describe your bass, your influences, your sound? How would you describe it?
Say we're like really dark sludge.
Yeah.
So dark.
So dark.
So incredibly
Like
dark.
a fucking a fucked up mix of lots of genres with a base of sludge and doom.
It's just basically all the shit that we like to listen to, all the different genres that we like to listen to, essentially kind of glued together with hate and anger. And so I guess and weed, yeah, you know. So like we take all these different parts, but you know the glue that keeps it together is the idea that the struggle is real and we are all part of it, and then all that other stuff comes afterwards, you know.
So that's probably reflecting to all your lyrics, all the struggle and all that. So, for example, the next album, you're going to work on the next album now. Is this the foundation? What is more important? Do you think that the sound comes first or the lyrics come first?
I mean, I think it's all
Yeah, it's
important.
a package. It all has to come together. If it doesn't come together, then it doesn't mesh and it's weird. You know what I mean?
Like it wouldn't have as much of an effect if like I was writing some bullshit lyrics. I don't think it would have the same.
Yeah, he writes all the lyrics.
Yeah.
So we usually write the song, and he has lyrics that he puts to different
Yeah,
songs.
like I write all the
Yeah.
time, and I just kind of put
So-
lyrics to our stuff.
The music, the sound definitely is the foundation of everything. But he has his idea for lyrics, and that's, you know, yeah. So we start with the sound.
Okay, so for our next release, do you guys already have some kind of idea what you want to put out there to the public? Do you already have anything you're working on?
Well, we have a lot of conversations about like songs that we want to do and like skeleton ideas of them. So.
And then you just did this tour, so for now, are you guys planning another tour? Are you going to have some time off?
Well, we're going down to Southwest Terror Fest in Tucson, Arizona in October. And that's pretty much it for the rest of this year. I think we're just gonna write a record, you know, for the remainder of the time.
We do have some new stuff coming out soon, though.
Okay.
Just don't know exactly when, but it will be dropping. So look out for Primitive Man's new.
Yeah, we have
Look
a,
out
like,
for
we
it.
have a release,
out for
but
that new
we don't
Primitive
have like
Man.
a solid date or anything yet. So we we're recorded some stuff that's not out. So.
Yeah.
But so people should look for this album. Should it be kind of a continuation of what it did before, or they're planning to do something very different?
I kind of think it's just like a breather in between the two length releases.
Yeah, and I think it's we're experimenting more with other primitive types of sounds of music. So it's an extension from the first record, but in a little bit it's just tweaking it a little bit more. So it's changing, but for the better. You know, it's just getting heavier.
We've recorded like a lot of music too in our 2 years, like, and this last little bit that we're talking about that's gonna come out, I feel like was where these three dudes like solidified and made something, you know what I mean? Like, this is the product of these three dudes getting comfortable with each other, making music is what's coming out. So it's like, I think this is what Primitive Man is supposed to sound like.
What about like bands in general? And when you were over Europe or even in the US, did you get to know any bands that you didn't know before that you kind of discovered that you really liked?
Oh yeah, there's this band from the UK called Warwolf, and they're
Warwolf.
fucking awesome.
Sick. Shouts to Warwolf. Shouts to Augers.
Augers from
Oakland.
yeah.
Super sick.
That we met a lot of really cool bands, but I'm just so high, I just can't remember
Shouts to
all of them.
Northless.
Yeah,
Played with
Northless.
Northless twice in
Yeah.
one day.
Shouts to Bastard
So
Feast
sick.
for killing it
Yeah.
every day.
Fister from St.
Fister,
Louis.
yes. Homies.
Shouts to all my weed connects all over the country.
And if I promise, if we didn't say your name right now, it's coming later. I promise, yo. It's just, we
Shouts
smoke
to
a lot
all
of
my
weed.
folks out here doing that thing all day, every day.
Yes. No, we're on the same boat, man. We, you know, there's a lot of bands we respect, like Indian and Mutilation Rights and such. And so we, you know, it's cool to be a part of that whole scene of metal that is just blowing up right now. You know what I mean? It's killing it. So.
Okay. Kind of last question now. If you have any messages for the Spirit of Metal viewers.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Slow and low.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.